Hi and welcome to Unity tutorial of how to create health bar. Let me show you guys how this works. Right here I have my player there, that's just a ball. So I'm going to move the ball. All we want is to be able to collect those pickables there. While we're collecting that, all of these bars should change color, confirming that we've collected. And we also have notification here that will be counting how many we've collected so far. So we have 1, 2, 3. Let's collect some more here. Then we have 4 so far. Let's see if we can get that. 5, and there's 2 here. Let's try and collect those 2. We have 8 in total. There's 1 here. Let's grab that very one. There we go. We have that, and let's collect these other 2 here. There we go. And as you can see, we've collected all of the pickables, and right here there's an indicator saying we've won the game, and in total I have 8 collected so far. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Unity development environments. This tutorial is just about how to create a health bar. So let's do that now, guys. Okay guys, let's start a new tutorial, and this one is just going to be for the health bar. Like I said earlier, as you can see, there's no health bar on this very one. So let me run it and you see how it looks like. I'm not bothering with the interface. The interface is fine the way it is. You can design your interface how you want, but this is how I want mine. So now what I'm going to do is, the first thing first, let's go straight into standard asset. Right here you should all have a standard asset, and in there I'm going to double click on the character in there, but what I need is the ball. Double click on the roller ball, and right here, there we go, that's the ball right there. So I'm going to copy that ball, just grab it and just dump it right there. You might not be able to see it, so let's zoom so that you can see it. I'm just going to increase the size to about 5 by 5 by 5, and that is the ball right there, dead center there. We'll move it up a little bit, and that is it. I'm not going to bother change the name of the ball. That is the ball there. I think it's, yeah, okay, let's take it down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There. And one other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the camera. Let's get the camera to be focused on this very ball. So we need to know where the camera is itself. The camera is somewhere here. Yeah, that is the camera. So we can just get it. Yeah, there we go. That's it, right there. Now, one thing I like to do is for the camera to be able to follow the ball. So maybe we have to put together a line of code. Let's run it and see. That is the ball there. The ball is moving at a very slow pace. So let's go back in there, select that variable, and first thing first, let's come straight here and the inspector there, and let's change the speed. I'm going to make that maybe about 50, and here make that 40, the maximum angular, and here the jumper I'm going to make that 1. That's cool. So that should take care of the ball. 50, 40, and 1. Now, go straight to the camera. I'm going to select the camera so that the camera can follow the ball. Okay, so let's select the camera, and let's just right click inside the project area, go to create, and I'm going to select C# scripts, and I'll just change it to, the name will be camera follows there, and that is it right there. It's coming up. So select camera follows. It's coming. Okay, right in here I'm going to declare 2 variables. One of them is going to be a public one, and the other one is just going to be a private that will deal with the vector. So let's first of all say private. That will be vector3. So for the vector tree, I'm just going to call it following. That is the name of my variable. Okay, now the other one is going to be public, and that is going to be a game object. So there we go. And this very game object, I'm just going to call it the roller ball. Roller balls. Yeah, that's fine. There. Now the following, I want the following to tell me the exact location of the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say rollerball following equals transform dot position, and we need to subtract that from the roller balls dot transform dot position. So when the system starts, we need to know that very location, and that's it right here inside the following. So let's come right down here. So we now need the camera to be following the ball itself. So right here, we're going to grab the camera. We want to know the position. So we say transform equals rollerball, this very one, plus the following. Okay, there we go. There, following camera, or we can just call it following camera. That makes sense more. So I'm going to change that to following camera here as well, and there. So that is it. So we will now attach this very line of code straight to the camera. So first of all, let's save it first. Save, and let's go straight to our Unity development environment. So right here, we grab the script and make sure it's attached to the camera. Now, while the camera is selected, scroll right down. It's now asking me where is the roller ball. So let's grab the roller ball and drop it there. There we go. It's right in there now. So if I run the program, we should be able to see the camera following the ball around. So there we go. Look at the camera following the ball wherever the ball goes to. So that's fine. So the next thing I want to do is let's come right down here. I'm just going to right click and let's create something that I'll call item for collection. Items for collection. There we go. Now inside the item for collection, I'm going to right click and let's add cubes. So those cubes, those are, let's just call that cube item. Those are the item I intend to collect, or we can even call it maybe collectibles or items. Okay, items. Press enter, and that very cube is right there. It's kind of like hidden away from us. Let's try to see if we can see that very cube. That's the cube right there. I'm just going to move it nearer to the ball. That is it right there. I'm going to increase the size to about 333. There we go. And here, the rotation, I'm going to make it 50 by 50 by 50. There. Now right click on the project area here. Let's go to create, and we add material. And this material I'm just going to call, let's just call it color yellow. There. Select this material, make sure it's selected, go straight to the albedo here, click on the albedo. Let's make that yellow color. So yellow color will be, and that is it. There. Right, grab the yellow color and drop it right on the item. There we go. The item is now yellow color. Okay, that is it right there. Okay, with the item selected, let's go straight to where we have tag here. I want to give it an alias. Come right down here and let's say add tag, and click on plus, and the tag is going to be collector. That is the name of the tag. That's the nickname for this very item now, so that we know who we're collecting. All right, that is fine. So you see this item as well, this item, I want it to rotate, so let's right click up here and create another script. There we go. Click on script, and that very script I'm just going to call it roll item with an S. That's fine. And select roll item to open it up. Click up there and open up the script called roll item. I'm going to get rid of this comment and there. And right in here where we have update, I'm going to say transform.rotation, transform.rotate, and that will be in the axis of the vector tree. Vector tree. There we go. And I'm just going to define the axis. Let's go for about, okay, let's say about 15, 30, and 50. Okay, no, that'll be, let's make it 45. Okay, that's good. That's the axis. And I'm going to right away say multiply that by time dot the delta time, and right here enter semicolon. That is it. Make sure that is saved. Let's return back to Unity. Now grab the script for the roll item and drop it on the item, and that is all there is to that. So we should be able to get this very cube rotating. So let's run it and see how that's going to look like. There we go. Look at it spinning around. That's fine. There. So I'm going to need about maybe 8 or more of those, so we can just copy. But first thing first, before we start copying, let's change it to a prefab. Click, drag and drop it right inside the project area, and as you can see, the color is now blue. So we now have it as a prefab, so drag and just drop it right there. We need about 8 of those. I think that would do. 8 is fine. There we have 3 there. Those will be the collectibles, the item to be collected, and there they are. Those are the items to be collected. Okay, right inside their own folder as well. So let's run it and see how that's gonna look like. There we go. So let's just move in with our ball. Let's see. There we go. That's good. Now the whole idea is to be able to collect all of these cubes using the ball. You can arrange the cube wherever you want, but just for the sake of this tutorial, I think that'll do. It's all about creating health bar. Now let's right click in here, and I'm going to select, let's come in here, do that again. Let's select UI, and this UI will select canvas. There, the canvas, I just want it to be right here, not inside the ball. I want the canvas on its own. Now that is my canvas right there. Select the canvas and come straight here to the inspector. Right inside the inspector here, we need where it says UI scale mode. I'm going to change that to scale with screen size. That is fine. Now let's go back into this canvas here, right click and let's add image. Go straight in here and select image. There we go. I've added an image. This image, I'm just going to change that to, let's call it health. There. Now before we start dealing with the health, you see those are the images I intend to use. So first of all, I'm going to select the red one and let's come straight here. You see where we have texture, and let's change that to sprite 2D and UI. There, and scroll right down to click on apply. There, and repeat the same thing for the blue one. Texture type, sprite 2D and UI. There we go. Click on apply. When you click on apply, what you'll see is if you click on the images, you see that's what you get. I click on this and that's what you get as well. Now since I've already added an image there, I'm going to grab maybe the red one. Yeah, let's use that to fill up the image for now. Grab, and just drag it, source of image, drop it right in there. That is fine. You see this very image, we need 8 of those since we have 8 in here. But first thing first, let me change the position of this screen to 2D. Click on 2D, and this is my image right here. Let's select the image. I want you guys to see where it's located. Right there, look at the image. You see how big that is? That is the image. I'm going to make sure it's selected, and I will come right in here. I want to reduce the property of that very image. That's 100%. I'm going to make it about 25. That's the width, and the height, I'll make that about 25 as well. So that is fine. So now bring it down here so that we can see what we're about to do. So I'm going to come up here and just copy this very one. Okay, I want to be able to copy so that you guys can see it right here. Place it right there. I need about 8 of those. Now come right here, right click, duplicate. We have 2. Move it apart. Now we have 3. Create duplicate, and 4. Yeah. And another one. We need another 4. So they'll be dead on top. 5. We have 6 now. 7. And finally we have 8. So those are our images. There we go. So if I click on run, they should be right at the top. Let's see how that's going to look like. There. Okay, that's fine. So stop the program, and I'll select it all. Let's kind of like move it in a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we've taken care of that. So we now need to write some scripts. Okay, so let's go back in here. So let's right click and select create script, and this script I will just call it collection health, or health collection. Let's say health collection. There we go, that's the name, health collection. Make sure the health collection is selected and open it up. Select it and let's open that up. Right there, it's opened up. Now the first thing I would like to do is let's create the following. I'm going to declare the following variables. So right up here, get rid of that. So let's start with public int, and I'm going to call the very first one health bar. There, that's the very first one. Then I also need number of health bar. I can copy all of these and come right down here. Then the next one is going to be number of health bar. So let's just say number of health bar. There. Then I'm going to create another one. First of all, let's just say this number of health bar equals 8. I might as well enter a value to it. Come right here, equals 8. Yeah, that's fine. Then right underneath here, I am going to now declare another variable. This time around, that is going to be for the image. Okay, and this image happens to be an array. Okay, you can see an error there because I still have not imported my Unity UI. So I might as well get that out of the way now. Using Unity engine dot UI. There. Once that is sorted, you see this has automatically changed to blue. So I'm going to use this object for my array. So I'm going to call, let's just call it circle. Yeah, circle, why not? Yeah, this is circles. There we go. Now I'm going to create another one, another variable that will take care of these sprites. Say, let's say public sprite, and this sprite I'm going to call it full circle. There. And I'm going to create another one that will be for the empty circle. Paste that in here. This will be for the empty circle, and the empty one. There we go. Now let's save that. Save. We have all our variables in place. Save. Let's go back to Unity right here, and in here grab the health collection, and I'm going to drag it, just drop it right inside the ball. Remember the ball, this very ball, there we go. And I'm talking of this ball. Let's go back to 3D. Okay, this very ball here, I've added the lines of code to it. That is the ball right there. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it. Make sure it's selected, and if we come right inside in inspector here, we should be able to see all of the declared variables. Okay, you can see I have 8, and in here the fill circle, that is, there's nothing in there. I'm going to grab the red one, drop it in there, and the empty one is the blue one, drop it right in there. And here we have the circle. The circle represents every single images that I have in here. So grab the images and drop it in there. But one thing first, select the ball again. I'm going to lock it up here. Click on the lock so that I can officially drag the images onto the array. Click drag, and that is the array right there. Drop it right inside it. There we go. Look at it. All of the items are now in place, including the fill and the empty. So that is fine. Now if I run it, this is what you guys will see. Run. Nothing will happen for now. Okay, nothing is going to happen. So let's end that. Let's take care of one thing. You see right in here, I just want to enter on a score recorder. Select it, right click on the canvas. Let's go to UI and select the text. Right, the text is selected. Now that very text, I'm going to give it a name. Scroll right up, select that. Now we need to change. We're still locked on the roller ball. Let's unlock the roller ball. Now select the text. That is the text in there. I'm going to call it score text. That is the score text. Press enter and scroll right down here. You see the score text? I'm just going to change the text on it to score text. Score text. Do that again. Now let's increase the font size of it to about 24. That is good. And the color, I'm going to change the color to something we can see. Yellow. That's fine. And let's come in here. We should be able to see the score text. Let's see inside the game. The score text should be here. Drag this, just put it right there. Let's see score text. That is it. The color is not changed. It's right there. It cannot be seen. Come right here. Just do that again. Press enter. Make sure it's selected. We need to change it to yellow. There we go. That is it right there. And that very score text, I need to position it right at the top. Click on the rect transform and hold on to your shift alt key and double click on that, and that is it right there. Okay, that's fine. Now right click on the text itself to create a duplicate, and this duplicated one, I'm going to call it winner text. Winner text. There. Now with the winner text created, let's change the text as well to winner text. There we go. Now let's come right in here. You see where we have the rect transform. Hold on to your shift key and the alt and make sure the rect transform is open. Then let's select this Okay, that indicates where the winner text is positioned. Right, that is fine, as you can see. So I'm going to now go back into my script. Okay, right here. So I'm going to add two more. Let's add three more variables. One of them is going to be the counter. So let's say integer. Come right down here. Integer counter. Okay, counter is 0 for now. So let's underneath here. Let's say public again. Public display. I'm just going, yeah, okay, display score there, and I'm going to enter another one. This display score, it is a text. Create another one that we will call winner or winning text. So this one will become the winning text there. Now grab the counter. Why the game start, counter is going to be officially be 0. So let's say counter equals 0, and the winner text itself will be nothing. So come in here, winner text dot text equals, there's nothing right in there. So that takes care of that. Now let's come right down here. You see right underneath here, I'm going to, let's create a method. This method will just be to, so that we can use it to trigger the collection of those cubes. So let's say private void, I'm going to call it on trigger, enter. Okay, who am I collecting? I want you to collect as follows. Let's say if order dot game object dot compare the tag. And who is the tag that I'm actually comparing? We need to find out the name of that very tag. So let's come down here and select the cube. Where is the cube? The cube is right here somewhere. I have all of the cubes. I have the cubes right here. Let's come right here. Come down. Yeah, there they are. The tag is not on it. Select it all. You guys remember I created a tag. I call it collector. There it is. There. They all have an item called collector at the tag that will identify which item to be destroyed. Okay, or which item to collect. Now let's go back in here to our code. We need to identify that as collector item to be collected is collector. There we go. You have to get the spelling right, else it's not going to work. So the next thing we want to do is to grab this counter. Counter this time around equals counter plus 1. Paste that in there, undo that. Counter equals counter plus 1. Okay, so the next thing is, let's grab our game object here. Game object, all the game objects, and that is going to be dot set active. And what are we setting active? Is going to be false. So that is the counter now. The item to be collected becomes false. That means you won't be able to see it anymore. There, that's fine. So right underneath here, let's create another method. So let's just call it void winner display. Okay, void winner display. Come right down here. With a void winner display, I am going to enter in there display score dot text equals let's just call that. What was the name of this? This is called score text. Okay, equals score text. The score text is whatever is displayed in there plus counter dot convert that to string, enter parenthesis. Okay, now let's use an if statement. If counter is less than or equals to 8, then we want the winning text, this very one, the text equals you win. There, and that's all. So that will be displayed. Okay, we now need to call this method. Grab that very method and let's call it right in here. And we also need to call that same method here. Let's go to stats and place it right in here. But there's just one more thing that we need to do. You see this counter? I need to call this counter inside my update here. With the update, we just need to say health bar equals counter. Press enter. So whatever we collected is equals to the health bar. And now let's use a for loop to check the length of the health bar for, let's say, integer I equals 0 and I less than circle dot length, then we just need to say I plus plus. Okay, and right here enter curly braces. Inside this curly braces we just use an if statement. If I less than the health bar, then let's say circle circle array dot sprite equals the fill circle, else is going to be equals the empty one. So grab this and let's come down here and just enter else is equals the empty one. So change this to empty. There, and that's all there is to it. Save. Let's go straight into our codes right here. There, and let's select the roller ball, the main player, scroll right down, and the text, the score text, drag that and drop it right inside display score. Why the winning text, the winner text that display if you win or not, drop that right in there. And that is all there is to it. So let's try it out. Click on run. Okay, if we run the system now, I believe it's not going to work because I still need to set is triggered. Let's see. Yeah, it's not going to work. Let's end it anyway. You see here, you see the item. Let's come right down here. Make sure all of the items are selected. And right here, you see where we have is triggered. We need to make sure that is checked as well. Okay, that is where the box collider is. Make sure all of the is triggered is checked. So let's try it out now. There. Now let's run and see. 1, 2. As you can see, the heart is also being showing that it's being collected. We're collecting the health. Now let's come right here and I just want to make sure the winning text is working as well. Let's get rid of this other one. And there we go. Get that as well. There, one more, and there the winning text is displayed. And that is how you create your own health bar that display the score and the winning text. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.